Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to welcome the Board of Directors, our Executive Management Team and the Senior Managers to this inaugural session to explore the sustainability leadership challenges of our company. You may be aware that the IPCC has published the second installment of their assessment report on climate change in February this year. This report has assessed the vulnerabilities of this world to climate change and options for adapting to it. The scientific consensus is that climate change is responsible for the warming of temperatures. IPCC says that time is running out for more concerted action around the world, and that delays in action will result in missing a brief and rapidly closing window to secure a livable future. The report is a dire warning about the consequences of inaction, says the IPCC chair. It shows that climate change is a grave and mounting threat to our well-being and a healthy planet. Our actions today will shape how people adapt and how nature responds to increasing climate risks. To begin with, Earthshine sustainability consultants noted that conventional neoclassical business thinking tends to see sustainability as a burden. They say that outdated views can restrict our ability to find new opportunities and harness the many benefits available through engaging with the great challenges of our time. Therefore, by adopting a more integrated one planet mindset, and when prioritizing climate change, we can capture a much broader range of environmental, societal, and business benefits. Far from being a burden, integrating sustainability drives innovation and enables a superior long-term business performance. Jeffrey Moore, in his book Zone to Win 2015, has insisted on the need for organizing to compete in an age of disruption, where he identified that disruptors in a globalized economy have invoked a new role in the 21st century. That is, from of a disruptor to that of a disruptee, owing to its linear growth model in the emerging knowledge economy. In fact, businesses grapple with the climate change crisis resulting from natural resource depletion, use of non-renewable energy, and carbon emissions. This is further emphasized in the McKinsey Global Institute report of 2019, where McKinsey elaborates that the share of value created at the actual production of a good is profusely declining in the current globalized value chains. This explains the rise of virtual manufacturing companies such as Apple and Nike that use contract manufacturers to manufacture their products, but maintain the upstream and downstream functions to themselves. In some industries, it is the intangibles such as research and development, process software, product design that add greater value to the finished goods against the negative impacts from use of virgin materials and production processes that are responsible for carbon emissions and climate change. In effect, the intangibles increase the value of a firm's intangible assets that trigger short-term investor benefits at the risk of long-term business survival and resiliency. Nonetheless, the continued indifference and slow response to climate change expose the vulnerabilities arising from the decades-long environmental impacts from mining and production. These impacts on the natural environment, health, and human well-being were created by products utilizing the raw materials, land, energy, water, and forests, operating on legacy business models, neglecting the urgent need for circularity. These obsolete models are responsible for the following 5 damages to the planet and society. 1. Global warming and climate change. 2. Resource depletion. 3. Energy waste. 4. Pollution. And the 5th one is biodiversity and habitat loss. These damages impact the livable future of our growing population in an increasingly digitized, globalized, and virtualized economy. Therefore, the business priority is to strategize and integrate a sustainable design of products and services envisioning the net zero carbon emissions management target of 1.5 degrees Celsius for 2050, and also to accomplish one half of this ambitious target by 2030 by addressing the scope 1 and 2 emissions, and most importantly the scope 3 value chain related emissions that consist almost 80% of total emissions of a firm, from raw materials to processing, production, packaging, and transportation up and down the stream. The climate agenda is a business imperative to be implemented in accordance with the TCFD-aligned science-based targets initiatives, and it's an integral component of the evolving business model. Priorities for Sustainable Design by Jeremy Faludi, 2011 from the Tufts University, has clearly described the need to prioritize sustainability for business resiliency and long-term profitability. Qantas Consulting and others insist upon the existing manufacturers and designers of products that the best and most effective method to determine your business priorities is actually through a critical review of life cycle assessment of your products that can drive businesses to formulate adaptive and innovative solutions. I'm also pleased to introduce you to the Business Sustainability Booster created by Marsha Willard and Darcy Hitchcock at the Presidio Graduate School. Their supplement serves as a guide to enhance sustainability integration in the popular business model canvas authored by Alexander Osterwalder and Yves Pinier. We shall discuss the Business Sustainability Booster at the next session. Thank you very much for attending.